Cunning. Biden sticking his nose in UK affair get blasted away with backlash from media and experts. Joe Biden's stance on the UK's ongoing row with the EU over the triggering of Article 16 has infuriated Britons who believe the US should not interfere in Brexit negotiations. This follows a statement released on the US government's Foreign Affairs Committee website, in which they responded to the United Kingdom's threats to suspend the Northern Ireland Protocol of the EU withdrawal agreement. The press release read, "The Northern Ireland Protocol was a significant achievement during the volatile Brexit process, and its full implementation is critical for ensuring Brexit doesn't undermine decades of progress toward peace on the island of Ireland. The Good Friday Agreement and broader peace process took patience and time to build, with good faith contributions from the communities in Northern Ireland, the United States, the United Kingdom, Ireland, and others. However, peace can unravel quickly. In threatening to invoke Article 16 of the Northern Ireland Protocol, the United Kingdom threatens to not only destabilize trade relations but also that hard-earned peace. We call on the UK to abandon this dangerous path, and to commit to implementing the Northern Ireland Protocol in full." Brexit Secretary, Lord David Frost, had previously warned the EU that triggering Article 16 could be the only option if talks continued to stall. Addressing the House of Lords, he urged EU negotiators to stay calm and keep things in proportion. Chancellor Rishi Sunak has backed up the words of Lord Frost, calling Article 16 a safety mechanism in any potential trade war with the EU. The EU hit back at the looming possibility of suspending the Northern Ireland Protocol, with EU Commission Vice President, Maroš Šefčovič, saying last week, "Let there be no doubt that triggering Article 16, to seek the renegotiation of the protocol, would have serious consequences." The US had previously waded into the heated knee protocol debate as EU Commission President Ursula von der Leyen told her over 660,000 Twitter followers that the US president agreed with the EU over Article 16. After a visit to the White House, Ms von der Leyen posted, writing on Twitter, the ex-German defense minister said, "President Biden and I agreed on the need to preserve peace and stability on the island of Ireland. We agree that the withdrawal agreement and the protocol should be implemented. What drove him was American domestic politics, only." Margaret Fan wrote, "Biden needs to keep his snout out of British business." Merlin 1966 added, "The UK is sovereign and independent, which means it doesn't take orders off any nation, including the US. They can't even manage their own borders. We trade with them on WTO today. If we invoke A16, we will trade with the WTO tomorrow." After Afghanistan, they have proved themselves unreliable, and as for being allies, do you realize that we only finished paying the USA for their support in World War II in 2006? Have we billed them for any of our military support? On the importance of Northern Ireland for the Biden administration, Professor Rob Singh, expert in contemporary US politics and American foreign policy at Birkbeck, University of London, said, "I think it's huge." He made the distinction, "That's not at all to suggest that Biden is anti-British, he's not at all. When he was in the Senate, he was a very influential voice for the UK's interests, for example, when the Argentinians invaded the Falklands in 1982. But, there are a substantial number of American politicians, Biden, Nancy Pelosi, and various other Republicans and Democrats in the House and Senate, who really care hugely about the Good Friday Agreement. Any threat to that is something that would have a severe rupture on our relations." The US had previously waded into the heated Northern Ireland Protocol debate as EU Commission President Ursula von der Leyen told her over 660,000 Twitter followers that the US president agreed with the EU over Article 16. After a visit to the White House, Ms von der Leyen posted, "President Biden and I agreed on the need to preserve peace and stability on the island of Ireland. We agree that the withdrawal agreement and the protocol should be implemented." Professor Singh commented that consequently for Prime Minister Boris Johnson, it's a very delicate balancing act between asserting what they want against the EU, and going too far and risking a potential rupture with the US as a result. He added that although the US Senate and House of Representatives would not continually fret over how Brexit negotiations could impact Article 16, Professor Singh sees a substantial minority who do care very much about it. He added, Dublin, as much as anybody else, knows that and makes sure that any potential adverse moves that threaten the deal that was struck get alerted to people in DC.